All right, this left side of the brain. In the other video that I did, I was telling you about a red light edition that I had, but for some reason it was too big and I couldn't upload it. I didn't want to put it in two parts because I really don't like doing the red light editions like that. So I'm gonna go into that red light edition that I never uploaded, and I'm going to try to remember some of the things in that red light edition. Now, I discussed a little bit earlier about how we are here to give the elements a purpose, right? And that if man would accept the pointlessness of life, then all the problems of the world would cease to be. So you can say that by not accepting the truth, man goes through problems. Problems comes from not accepting that this world is pointless that we live in. Because every burden and thing that we go through is not natural. You can look out in the world around you and see that we as human beings, we are operating differently than everything in nature around us. Now, I don't want to come off like a hippie or anything, but it is what it is. We are really just time fillers, pretty much. Everything we do is pretty much to get our mind off the fact that life itself is pointless. Everything we do is to get our mind off the fact that one day you are going to die. It's like we sitting in like the waiting room at the hospital, right? Just waiting for our time to be called to get the shot. And you know how they put like magazines on the table to occupy your time while you're waiting to see the doctor? So basically that's what they doing to us in this world. They giving us all of these extracurricular activities and things that are not necessary, and basically offering us magazines on the table. Because if we really just sat down and took time out to meditate on this world and everything, we would realize and understand that everything we do, it has no benefit to it. And the only thing that has benefit is what I'm doing right now. The only thing that has benefit is what you are listening to right now. I can guarantee you that some of you listening to this right now, this is the most useful thing that you have did the entire day. Because I'm gonna tell you what, in this world, there is no love. Forget about it. Forget about it. It's not designed to be a place where truth abounds and where you're not persecuted for accepting the truth. It's the total opposite of that. Okay, so like I was saying, like, we exist because the elements needs a purpose. I'm gonna give you a case in point. When people go to the beach, right? They be laid out on the seashore, right? And subconsciously, they feel at peace because they be before the water, they be on the sand, and they be underneath the sunlight. Those three things are the ingredients of life. You need water to water the vegetation that grows from the ground, where the trees come from that bears fruit. You need sunlight, and that water represents food because you got marine life in the water. So when people be at the beach, that's why they be so peaceful. But in all reality, when people are at the beach, that's how life really supposed to be. It be all races of people laying out on the seashore at the beach. and nobody be worried about anything, because that water and the sound of water, it puts people at peace, because water is life, and the sounds of water moving lets you know that life is still flourishing on this planet. Wherever there is water, there is life. So when people are at the beach, they are marinating in all three ingredients. They are marinating in all three ingredients where life stems from. You got the sunlight, the water, and the soil. They may not be able to convey this, but that's what their subconscious brain is telling them. So that's why they feel at peace at the beach, because those elements are communicating to them that you are before the very things that keeps you alive. So you are at peace, my son. That's what is going on in their body. That's why they feel so relaxed. But the thing is, if we were to take that same emotion that we have at the beach and take it back into the world, this world would change. Because when you're at the beach, everything seems pointless. But that's not a bad thing. Pointlessness is what? It's the beach, relaxation. You see, the reason why when you hear the word pointlessness, you might think of boredom. That's because you've been told all your life that you're supposed to be living to achieve some purpose. You see, so when you're living that lie, that's where that competition comes from that you see in the world. People competing against each other for jobs, and then wars breaking out. But if people would accept the fact that life is pointless, guess what? All of those egos that people have, those egos would deflate. They would deflate. People would just look at each other and just laugh. We'll be like, all these years, man has been dying and killing himself in wars and everything because he didn't accept what left side of the brain is saying, that life is pointless. But pointlessness is not a bad thing. What pointlessness means is you take your mind out of the rat race, and then you understand and realize that when you do that, it gives birth to relaxation. Like when you at the beach. That's why I use that beach metaphor. And also, when it's kind of getting dark out here, and I'm kind of moving around because I was around some of them type of people, you know. And when you accept the truth, it's like you appreciate God for what he is. But when you be in this world talking about my purpose and this and that, then what you are saying is everything is not completed. Everything at creation was not created. There are more things that must be created. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. Everything has been created already. Another droplet of water will not be created. Another ray of light will not be created. Everything has already been created. Did y'all catch that synchronicity? When I said ray of light and I walked in that light, I didn't plan that out. And that's a synchronicity and law of exceedings in play at the same time. That light, I didn't plan that out. That means that was destined to happen. So, in tune with what I'm saying, everything is already done. But see, the HPB system will have you feel incomplete. They want you to feel incomplete, like, oh, you're a loser in life because you haven't did this and you haven't gotten this by this certain age. You're not married. And truth be told, it's so many people that have all those things, but they are not fulfilled because You can't be fulfilled with material things because you are a spiritual being. I repeat, you cannot be fulfilled by material things because you are a spiritual being, right? You see what I'm saying? You can't, in other words, we are higher energy, right? You can't feed when your battery is going dead on your phone and it needs to be charged. You can't feed it a hamburger to make it recharge because it doesn't live off of that. It lives off of a higher energy, electricity, right? You got to plug in the charger in the wall, right? So us being physical beings with spirits, our spiritual man, it needs to be charged up, and it cannot be charged up with material things. So you can have all the material things in the world, right? But guess what? It won't fill you up. You still will feel empty on the inside. You see? Because when you walk in this truth that we have, right? The right understanding to heaven, you realize that everything belongs to us anyway. The only reason why we have to spend money and things like that is because right now it's more of them than us. But let's just say we woke up one morning, right? And it was just people like us who existed. Guess what? What would that tell you? We wouldn't have no money system. We wouldn't have the things that they teach in this world, which is necessary to survive and live, which is doing it the way they say do it. We wouldn't have to worry about that because we would have a new system, right? But guess what? That's all they doing. They just occupying what belongs to us. They're just occupying what belongs to us, right? And I'm walking around, right? But I see these different people, right? And they're just walking and doing what they do. But I just be picking up stuff from people, man. Like, and somebody might say that's paranoia, but the thing is, it's not paranoia. I realize that I'm in the presence of demons. Even though I'm outside at the park, I'm walking around by myself, I still can feel I'm in the presence of demons. Just because the scenery is beautiful, that don't change the fact. Just because the scenery is beautiful, that don't change the fact that demons can be inside of the scenery. Right or wrong. So that's why we have to stay vigilant to our surroundings. You know what I mean? So, what was I at? They can have all of those things, but it's not fulfilling them. You see? So, this is the only thing that's going to keep us going, man. And we are not supposed to be in love with this world anyway. And I was talking to myself earlier today, right? I was talking about love itself. It's kind of off the subject, but it's all good. It's getting kind of dark out here. Love is often misused. What I'm doing right now is loving you. What do I mean? Love is a emotion that's built inside of you for you to survive. Everything in this life that we have, arms, legs, eyes, ears, nose, everything that's connected to the physical body, the purpose for it is for you to survive. Your leg, you know what your legs are for? So when you see a deer and you're hungry, you can walk towards it and you can catch it. You use your arms to throw a spear at it. You got teeth in your mouth so you can catch the thing that you hunted down and you chase down, and then you can chew it up and swallow it, and it goes into your stomach, your digestion system. And then, not to be um vulgar or anything, then you shit it out your asshole. So your whole body is designed to eat. Everything that your body has is designed for you to survive. So what makes you think it's any different for your emotions? All of your emotions are geared towards survival. You see? So love, you have to use it in the right manner. And I'm gonna explain. You see, when a man sees a woman, the only reason why he has that emotion to love is not because he loves the woman. He loves because nature is trying to make him connect with that thing he loves, have sex with that thing, and that emotion makes him feel like he is connected to that woman. So when she has a child, he will love the children and be connected to them. Thereby, he will take care of them because he loves it, right? So love is a feeling that makes us take care of what we love. But it has nothing to do with us. A relationship is pointless if, as far as the reason why we exist, like I said in the other video, to give the elements a purpose, because water by itself, it doesn't need anything to sustain itself. But we give water a purpose because we drink water. Now, we love, so we will take care of the kids so we can raise the kids and not leave them stranded, and so they can grow up to reproduce. Because if we didn't have the emotion of love, we would be like snakes. Snakes, they just, they mate, come together, lay eggs, and they leave. They just leave the eggs behind. But human beings, we created in a way where, unlike snakes, we don't slither in holes, right? So we need more food to live and things like that than a snake would. A snake can just climb in a hole. He already had the instincts built inside of him. He don't got to learn how to walk. It don't take balance for a snake. He just comes out slithering. That's why they can just move at birth, because they don't have to walk on two legs. A child got to develop the leg muscles and all of that. Like chimpanzees, they grow up and develop, and it takes longer, right? So nature put that emotion of love inside of us so we could take care of the things that we have, like the children. But at the end of the day, it's all about reproduction. Saying all that to say that we must understand that love has to be understood correctly, and that love is honing in on this truth and understanding what it is that this world is really about. See, honing in on the truth to understand that instead of taking my love and putting it into something like a relationship or something like that, I love myself to not be used by the system. So I stay away from them. I love myself enough to not allow myself to be brainwashed. That's what I use my love emotion for. Like just seeing a woman and falling in love, you're really not doing nothing. What are you accomplishing out of that? Only thing I love, man, is this truth right here. I don't love anything else. This is all I love. Nothing else matters besides what I'm saying right now. This is the ultimate truth about everything. All this other stuff, you don't have to write a book on tomorrow. If they got money and cars and planes and boats and tractor trailers, you already know what tomorrow is on this earth. Another clocking in at work, another clocking out, another, what y'all gonna eat? What y'all want for dinner tonight, kids? Daddy, take us to McDonald's. Another going to a drive-through window. It's the same old stuff. It don't change. But this type of stuff right here that we speak about, you grow from this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this keeps you alive. When you think about death, you know what death is? Like we said, we're going to start taking words and redefining them. Death is being separated from the truth. That's what death is. Being separated from the truth is death. That's exactly what death is. So we are alive. They are dead. Literally, they dead. Stop thinking about death as a decomposing body. That's not what death is. Don't it feel spooky to be around these people? Be honest. It feels spooky to be around them. They dead, man. You walking around corpse. You walking around corpses, man. That's why it feels spooky to be around them. Have y'all ever felt like that? Spooky around these people, man. Man, they spooky. Dead, man. That shit's scary feeling. But that's what it is, man. Hey, I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna end this one right here. This is Left Side of Brain. I'm signing out. Tell me what y'all think. Leave your thoughts and your comments in the comment section, and you can add on to the video if you would like. This is Left Side of Brain signing out.